Previous lecture we are doing the questions of the probability related with the conditional probability containing that topic. Our next subtopic is the multiplication theorem on the probability. Multiplication theorem on probability. Now let E and F are the two events, and if E occurs before than F, then probability of E upon F is equal to probability of E intersection F upon probability of F. We have learned in the conditional probability. Now probability of E intersection F is given by probability of E upon F into probability of F. That is the multiplication theorem. How we applied it, how we use it. Let us see with the help of the example number 8. An urn contains 10 black and 5 white balls. Urn means a bag. Black balls and white balls. Black balls are 10, white balls are 5. Two balls are drawn from the urn one after the other without replacement. Means once we have taken one of the ball, we don't place it, we don't replace it. What is the probability that the both drawn balls are black? Let us consider that E and F be event of drawing first and second black ball respectively. Okay, now to draw the first ball, probability of E, that is to draw the first black ball. There are 15 balls, out of which 10 are black, so 10 upon 15. Now probability of drawing second ball. When first ball is drawn, the remaining black balls are 9 out of 14. So both balls are black. Both balls are black is given by probability of E intersection F, that is equal to probability of E into probability of F upon E, that is 10 upon 15 into 9 upon 14. You can solve it. 5, 3 and 2, it's 7, it's 3 upon 7. In the same way, we see the example 9. It is saying that 3 cards are drawn successively without replacement. The main thing is without replacement, you don't replace it. Once we have drawn it, we don't place it in the bag or in the pack of the 52 well shuffled cards. What is the probability that the first 2 cards are of kings and third card is an ace? So let us take, like, say K1, K2 and A be event of drawing first, second and third card of king, king and ace respectively. So probability of drawing the first card, that is the card of king, there are 4 kings out of 52, it becomes 4 upon 52. Once we have taken its card, we don't place it in the pack of the 52 cards. Now to draw the second king, when first card is drawn, so there are 3 kings out of 51. Then we have to draw the ace when the 2 kings are drawn. So aces are 2, but total cards remain are 50. So probability of, you can say K1 intersection K2 intersection A, or you can write it as probability of K1 K2 A, mean the same thing, is given by probability of K1 into probability of K2 upon K1 into probability of A upon K1 K2, that is 4 upon 52 into 3 upon 51, 4 upon 50, that's 4 and 13, 3 and 17, 2 and 25, 2 upon, that is 2 to 1 into 25, 25 to 5, it's 2 upon 5, 5, 2, 5. Now there are the independent events. If E and F are 2 events, then they are independent if E intersection F, probability of E intersection F is equal to probability of E into probability of F. Let us see the example number 10 related with it. It is saying in example 10, a die is thrown. A die is thrown if E is the event, the number appearing is a multiple of 3. Number appearing is multiple of 3, that is 3 and 6. So, probability of E becomes 2 upon 6, and F be the event number appearing is E1. F number appearing is E1. So, they are 2, 4 and 6. So, probability of F becomes 3 upon 6, that is 1 upon 2. Now, intersection F, the common one is here 6 only. So, probability of intersection F is 1 upon 6. Now, probability of E into probability of F, we have to check whether the events E and F are independent or not. Probability of E into probability of F is given by 2 upon 6, 1 upon 2, it is 1 upon 6, which is equal to probability of E intersection F. If probability of E into probability of F is equal to probability of E intersection F, it means that E and F are independent events. Then we can say that E and F are the independent events. Same is the 11th example here. In the example 12, the same. Let us see the example number 13. Prove that if E and F are the independent events, it is given to us. Since E and F are independent events, it implies probability of E intersection F किसके इक्वल होगा? It is equal to probability of E into probability of F. Then so the events E and F complement. We have to prove E and F complement are independent events. It implies probability of E intersection F complement is equal to probability of E into probability of F complement. We have to show here. Now, if we take the proof, in the proof, probability of E intersection F complement. Now, E intersection F complement can be written as probability of E minus F. That is the difference of the two set given by probability of E minus probability of E intersection F. That out of E we have to take out the common portion of E and F, that is E intersection F. So, probability of E, it is written as probability of E into probability of F. Since it is given to us कि probability of E intersection F किसके इक्वल है? Probability of E into probability of F. Why? Because they are independent events. That's why we can write probability of E intersection F is equal to probability of E into probability of F. Out of these two terms, we can take probability of E as common. So 1 minus probability of F. 1 minus, if we subtract from 1, we get the complement of the given event, that is probability of F complement, and that we have to show. It implies E and F complement are the independent events. It implies are independent events. I will also discuss the example 14 with you, but in the next lecture. Regarding this, the topic I have discussed with you, the questions concept I discussed with you. You have to try the question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, try up to 6 questions. From 1 to 6 you have to start 6 questions based on it. I will discuss more questions with different and more concepts with you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.